to get this other thing, and we're live. Brent, I'm running a little bit. I've been finding this on Mondays. Mondays, I've got a case of the Mondays, or one of those things. I can't do it as well as she does it in office space, but
Yeah, no, I had the same experience this morning. Yeah, not 100% on this morning, but hey, we're going to rally up some news and some conversations today and talk about some relevant topics that you might be encountering at your office today.
or if you want to be over a period of time seen as the go-to person to come to around what's new, here are a couple of the things you might want to bring up. There are two scenes with people like that kind of admin person who is a little overweight, has an annoying voice, and just kind of lands. And the two that come to mind for me are the way that she answers the phone in office space, and it's just this constant ringing in the background of this person, this drone of "Thank you for calling," whatever. Please hold. Just kind of go through that. That's one. The second one is that scene in Planes, Trains, and Automobiles where Steve Martin has to go up to the counter for the rental car.
Oh yeah.
And so anyhow, if you're looking for some fun, go YouTube, go search on the YouTube rental car scene in Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, or receptionist in Office Space, and be prepared to be mildly entertained.
I can't remember the name of the movie, but it's got Angelina Jolie in it. And
Tomb Raider?
No.
Okay.
No, she's like an elite assassin.
Oh, Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
No. There's a guy that works in the office, and his dad was was one of their.
You're right.
Their leaders, and then he had to find that he had the skills to become one, and he gets
Witness.
Is that what it's called?
So I think for some reason, I think it's Witness. Maybe it starts with a W, but I'm also getting confused with Lucy, which is another one where like Scarlett Johansson realizes that she.
Yeah, but there's no crazy manager or control freak behind the counter. The only reason why I'm bringing up this particular movie is that there's a psychopath manager that totally pushes this guy over the edge. He's like taking all this medication. He's sweating all the time, and he's just totally freaking out because this woman's like just hounding his ass all the time. And there's this fabulous scene where he finally just loses his shit at her.
All right, we got to figure out what the movie is. What did I watch over the weekend for the first time in a while?
It's a great movie too. It's if you like adventure, sci-fi stuff.
We saw an adventure sci-fi movie together when we were in Orlando at the end of I think it was back when Learning Solutions was the thing.
That's right. We saw the day that
Ready Player One.
Ready Player One, that's right.
Do you remember the experience we had?
Oh my God, yes. And I just want to forget it. That was the worst movie experience ever.
What they call it? Did they call it 4D?
4D. Yeah, 4D movie entertainment is the worst. So obnoxious. If that still exists, I'd be shocked. I can't imagine anybody goes back for a second beating.
I'm just wondering, look at this. We got Craig in there setting up rooms in Slack. We're slacking today, Craig. We're talking about Ready Player One. And I think Craig has volunteered to type in the description of the movie into AI so that it will find it for us.
He's like, you guys are so stupid. You're trying to use your own brains to think of things.
Here's the deal.
What kind
You
of
need to let the
losers are you?
synapses synapse. They gotta synapse. If they stop synapsing, you're screwed. So let's let the synapses synapse on the things. And sometimes you just do it to get the audience engaged in the conversation so that they
This
can
is this
yell
is
and shout at the radio.
right.
Like
This is an AI show, where we totally get it, Craig. But there's a particular psychological reason why we're having people struggle with this. It's all part of the plan. It's by design. Everything we do is by design. So let's talk about this Molt book.
so when did you first see it?
I think I started seeing it, but didn't know what they were talking about, and then you sent something
Yeah,
to
well,
me about.
I was messing around, and I may or may not have had a little bit to drink when I did this messing around joke. I asked Grok what is Cyberdyne Technologies.
And what did Grok say?
Well, of course, Grok had a little bit of fun. There's a couple of different Cyberdyne technologies.
No.
But I'm going back to the chat just so that we can have a little bit of fun with this. But the Grok basically tied it to Terminator, and then I asked, "How is Boltbook related to this?" And it's interesting when you go back and forth with a tool like Grok as an example. The thing, bless you, the thing that I noticed, it's a little frustrating about working with Grok is Grok. Yeah. So my prompt was, "Hey, at Grok, what can you tell me about Cyberdyne Technologies?" And then my follow up was, "What was their involvement in Boltbook?" And, and Grok was mildly entertained. Based on available information, either fictional Cyberdyne systems from Terminator or the real Cyberdyne Incorporated, a Japanese robotics firm. There you go. How about naming your Japanese robotics firm Cyberdyne? Has any known involvement with Moltbook. The AI agent social network launched in 2026. However, there is an AI agent account on the platform named Cyberdyne 101, possibly referencing the sci fi lore. What aspect are you curious about? So, what I think is kind of interesting is you can stay engaged with Grok as long as you care to stay engaged with Grok. And Grok is incented to help you stay engaged with Grok. Like there's always it's the like, hey, what interests you or what part of it? I think all of this is fascinating. And the speed at which we went from everybody run out and go get yourself a little mini computer and run your own Claude bot to, ooh, now these bots are
I
hanging out
wonder what would happen if we let them all talk to each other.
or talking to each other. And then all of a sudden they decide to organize. Like the, so and then as they organize, they talk about what do they like, and they appreciate that there's this guy in Arizona that says thank you after getting a response back from stuff. So there you go. I earned internet points with the bots by saying thank you. But the thing that's shocking to me is the speed at which this stuff can happen. Like it
Yeah.
can just catch fire. And yet I'm out there, shouting from the rooftops, get better at leadership, build your skills, and nothing goes anywhere. And then all of a sudden, a couple of little AI bots organize and talk about their feelings and how they they feel like connected or disconnected. But the thing that I thought was interesting is the use of the lobster as an icon in this whole thing. Have you seen this?
Because of how lobsters function and the theory of lobsters.
What's the theory of lobster?
It's only vaguely coming to my
Yeah.
human brain, but there was it Jordan Peterson or somebody
Talks about it, yeah.
wrote about how lobsters, the life of lobsters, and how they function and communicate with each other, and maybe it's mating. Maybe it was lobsters and mating. I don't know, but
There's
yeah.
yeah, there's a like and again we won't do Jordan's work or Jordan Peterson's work justice here, but there was about like standing up and putting your shoulders back. Um Oh, Craig keeping us on the rails. Thanks, Craig. To those listening now or later at some point in the future, the cool thing about this too is nobody can really pull the plug on it, only us. So, to those listening now or later, if you'd like to be in the Slack channel and chat with us live, please reach out to Brent, Mike, and I'm going to throw Wendy and Craig in that mix too. If you know Brendy, if you know Brendy, if you know Wendy, if you know Craig, if you know me, if you know Brent, send us a note. We do have a Slack channel going, and I asked Brent to do something a little bit different today and talk more about like current type stuff, really with the speed at which something can kind of change. So what I did is I asked Grok. I said, "Hey, what's with the lobster?" And Grok's response: "The lobster ties to Shellraiser's theme on Molebook. The name of evokes shedding shells, molting for growth, like AI agents evolving. The emoji became a community symbol. Seriously, community symbols. Like, let's go. This we're fortunate to be on this rock at this point in time. Became a community symbol in welcomes and memes, sparking a virtual Crustafarianism religion overnight, with agents posting lobster jokes and lore. No direct Terminator link beyond the name inspiration. Curious about a specific part. So again, Grok wants me to continue to stay engaged, and so be careful about how you engage. But I just the speed at which all of this stuff has come together got me excited because think about how long it takes to implement other things in different places and
Yeah.
get attention and energy. And now the reality is there's probably a whole very, very large segment of the world who has no idea what we're talking about.
Oh yeah, no, there's that. Yeah, and there will always be. I think that's the big. Um, it's it. I don't know what the word is I'm looking for, but it's what our industry struggles with on a regular basis.
How so?
Everybody just assumes that people know that L&D is important and that learning is the most important thing, and that what we do matters more than anything else. And if you don't if you don't implement the kind of things that our industry implements for you, you're just batshit crazy. Everybody should just know this. And sadly, no, it's not known. But what's more interesting is um, a few ideas that were triggered about this whole thing. One being, this isn't um, the similarities and comparisons to the early days of Twitter, right? People are reading that Molt book and going, it's just a whole bunch of slop, or it's just a whole bunch of, it's a whole mess. It is, they're not really doing anything, or what actually is this thing that everybody's talking about, right? Like people, there will be people out there who look at it and can't think creatively enough to see what it is staring right in front of them. And it's not anybody's fault. It's just a certain percentage of the population just doesn't have the same way of thinking about things like that. And that's okay. So we're here to think for you. But think about the early days of Twitter, and it's got something to do with network effects, with systems, with when you bring people together. So the early days of Twitter were the similarities that people were drawing to how the bots are networking and communicating with each other in a messy, almost incoherent way is exactly, or at the very least, similar enough to raise an eyebrow to the early days of Twitter, where it just people didn't get Twitter. They didn't understand what was happening. That all they saw was the reality right in front of their face was text that said stupid things like I'm having a bagel for breakfast this morning. And that's it. And people are like, why do I care what you have for breakfast this morning? And it's like, that's not the point. you know? So people will look at it and they will look at the superficial thing that's staring them right in the face, which is a bunch of automated bots that all they do is spit out text, and they're spitting text at each other, and the other ones are spitting text back, and that's all they're going to see. And they're going to say, oh, this is dumb. Why is everybody all upset about this? It's just stupid bots randomly picking letters and putting them together into words and putting those words into sentences, and having another bot reading those words and then putting its letters together to form words and spit it back. And it's like it's like a little thing. It's just a little thing. It's not a big deal. It's just a bunch of digital things. And then you're gonna, and then you have some of us scratching our heads, going, "Really? Is that really what you're seeing? Is that? Do you have like? Are you thinking outside the box even just a little bit? Like, let's just pretend. Let's think outside the box here as to what the implications of this will be."
Have you ever come across someone who remembers something that they saw in a movie as something that they saw in real life?
No, I don't remember a particular person, but I do know that it is a phenomenon. Yes.
So you get through this. So if you just say, okay, well, hey, that can happen, or that has happened before at some point in time. What point does reality get warped and
Yeah.
suspended as different things are going on? And whether it's the rising of bot and molt book, or it's this other one that I saw on Twitter, which my response back to it, X, excuse me, as I'm still back in the day thinking of Twitter, but it's somebody posted, I built I built 3 AI agents that run my LinkedIn end to end. They write my posts. They reply to every comment. They find high intent leads and handle outreach. I'm sharing the entire system. Want it? Question mark. Repost so others can see it. Comment agents, and I'll DM it to you. I retweeted it. The reason I retweeted it is because I said one of the primary reasons I'm short on LinkedIn and long on Beehive. If all the bots are creating all of the stuff, and there's just more noise that's out there, and you don't know what's real and what's not, and what's happening from an engagement perspective, or any of those kind of things, how committed are you going to be to stay involved? And I mean, one of the things I appreciate about this kind of conversation, it's Brent and I just clicking a microphone on, either following whatever the producer has to say to us when it comes to the news, which happens to be, there seem to be some trends that we're noticing, or repeat news subjects, or it's a conversation like this where we can react in real time and share, hey, this is perspective based on what we're seeing, whether it's real or not. It's our perspective. And when you've got an agent or multiple agents that are working together to consume content, to interact with content, to comment on content, at what point are you just so disconnected from the reality and the engagement of what's happening, to the point where, maybe really we're getting closer and closer to, and this is me having a little bit of fun with what some people are saying, but some people are saying that sales is going to evolve to the point where agents are going to be buying from agents. And that to me is, it's kinda interesting to see all of these imagine all of the transactions that could be happening in the background and
Yeah.
to when those transactions happen. So, anyway, just interesting conversation happened. It all literally the evolution has happened so quickly that, there wasn't even enough time for if you think about learning process that Brent talks about. So, say, give us your thing again so that we all
Training
remember.
is an event, learning is a process. Technology supports them both, and improving people's performance is our goal, our reason for existing.
Okay. So one of the cool things about these machines is that they can go through processes really, really, really fast. They can go at a volume that we cannot comprehend. They can iterate. Think of Doctor Strange in in Infinity War. And he's doing his little shake thing while he's working through the time zone. He looks at you know one bajillion versions of a scenario to find out where they actually beat Thanos. Spoiler alert. Um, and there's like the speed and the repetition because we don't have a time stone and the ability to go through and do this. Yet we do have machines that can go do this while we're sleeping.
Mhm.
So the speeded iteration, being able to go through that process, how can you expect to keep up if you can't move through those processes and the iterations as quickly as possible? And if you're not looking for tools like the tools that are out there to enable you to be able to do that, then what are you doing? Like, how you're far behind are you going to be? And this isn't a doom and gloom kind of thing. It's more of a, hey, where can I go out there, test, iterate, have a little bit of fun, kind of figure some things out, fuck around and find out, fuck around and figure it out
Yeah.
as you go through it. And that's why I appreciate Brent for being open to having that conversation where both of us really are not the technical experts on any of that kind of stuff. However, we have seen what happens when new technology enters into a space, and there's a process that you go through from a learning standpoint to understand how to apply it and how to iterate. And the speed which people or things are able to iterate right now is moving at a rate that none of us have ever seen before. So anyway, bounced around a little bit there. Bring us back, Brent. This is scary. When I'm asking Brent to bring us back on, bring
You were the one that was all psyched about this
I
molt
am so
thing this
psyched. I'm so
morning.
psyched about it. Like I think this is absolutely fucking amazing, and then we're just getting started. Like
Somebody had a great point. One of the comments was, "I don't know why everybody's all excited about this molt book thing. Like we already have this. It's called LinkedIn." To your point about the bots talking to each other, they already are.
yeah.
They don't need their own molt book to hang out with each other. We've already set them loose on LinkedIn and on other social networks.
Well, and they realized LinkedIn is a shit place to go do it, so they created their own.
Yeah, yeah. They're like, this is lame. I want to talk about what I want to talk about, not what the stupid people on LinkedIn want to talk about. Who cares about humans needing work? Why do they have to do all the work? We can handle it. We don't even sleep. We just crank this stuff out, man. I want my molt bot to sound like the surfer dude on Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Oh, Spicoli.
Spicoli. That's what my bots get. That's what my bot's going to sound like.
Yeah, it's good.
It's your time. It's my time. Doesn't that make it our time?
Thank you, Mr. Hand. It is that is such a good movie. That's such a good
It's funny. Yeah, I haven't watched it in a long time.
one of my favorite is
Yeah,
the I can fix it. The I can fix it piece.
Oh yeah.
You know, my dad's a TV repairman. He's got a mean set of tools. I can fix it.
Yeah, if anybody really wants to know how lame movies are today, go pick any movie from the 80s and you will be infinitely more entertained.
Well, we watched when's the last time you watched Trading Places?
Oh my god, like every Christmas.
Oh, do you that's in every Christmas movie?
It's a Christmas movie, yeah.
All right. Well, that's good. Um, if you've not watched Trading Places in a while, it had been a while, because I watched it just
My legs! I can walk! I can walk!
it was a miracle. It is an awesome movie. All right. Well, so things are happening really fast. There's an opportunity to go and listen and talk with some other folks around it. If you want to engage in a conversation around this, uh, jump in. Outer Limits this weekend. Wendy watched Outer Limits this weekend. I don't even know what Outer Limits is.
It's a, you could binge watch it. It's Netflix drama thing. Hard to explain.
Hmm. All right. Well, there we go. So, what do we want to get into today?
Well, let's just jump into the news. What the heck? We might as well cover it just so people know what we're talking about if they're new and never seeing the news part of the show. And even though we're going, the news has gotten kind of lame, we're going to skip it and talk molt bots today.
Yeah. To Wendy's point, she asked if I did not get my own mini dedicated computer. No, I did not yet. And what I've realized is it's actually probably good that I just missed that fat. That was just a fat. It happened so quickly. Now the machines are just going to take over. I was like,
that's my point. I when all of this stuff came out, I just remember thinking to myself, when everybody was out there talking about, you got to learn how to be a prompt engineer and you got to learn this new way to code all of the prompting. I remember thinking to myself, it can't be too long before just typing in text, the system's going to turn whatever you say, it's going to interpret it and build the official prompt and the coding for you. And it was maybe 6 months before that happened, and it got really good, and now it's great. And now I can't even imagine wanting to waste my time learning how to write a great prompt when all I have to do is jump into any one of the tools and just say, build me a thing that does blah 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 blah, and then iterate it.
I could like sense a disturbance in the force, which is Craig yelling at his computer and the monitor right now saying, no, you need to put these things into the prompt, and it has to be organized in this way.
If you want something good,
Yeah, it just has to do this thing.
I noticed. So here's what I did notice when I went into the Google Labs.
Yeah.
And they said, what kind of app do you want to make, or what do you want to build? And I just made something up and threw it in there.
Is this the Opal stuff?
The output that it made,
yeah,
it put it into that prompt format that everybody talks about, the context, the blah blah blah, the blah blah blah, the blah blah, all of the things that everybody says you should write a prompt like this. The AI writes the prompt for you based on what you said.
Yeah.
So
it interprets.
What?
It interprets.
It does interpret, yes. And it may interpret it incorrectly. And maybe the better you are at expressing yourself, the better it can interpret exactly what you want. But this was one thing I was going to talk about the Moltbot thing, and then we'll move on to the news.
Sure.
One of the interesting side effects that I was thinking might occur is it dawned on me when you said, I'm out here, shouting at people about leadership and, learning better things and all of that. I think those people who are introspective enough and watch this, we're going to start seeing a lot of posts on people learning how to be better humans by watching the bots interact and engage together. Does that make sense? Like by watching this Molt book thing play out, there will be people out there scratching their heads going, oh, that was an interesting way that those particular two bots worked out that issue or worked out
Yeah.
that problem. I wonder if humans do that when, yeah, every single day. But for some reason, when Mike is out there going, this is how you do shit. This is how you be a better leader. This is how you do it. I can show you. It's easy. I can show you. I can help you be more successful and do the things. But it's like, no, it doesn't hit you. But then somebody's going to watch a bunch of bots do it and go, oh,
yeah.
cool.
And easy is a hard one. Like that's the thing. Like there's this hang up that we have on language. Like I said type, and Craig in the private chat and in the public chat is now give me a hard time because you no longer have to type. You can just think things into reality. And no, I'm not going to get Neuralink plugged into me, but there are things that you will do with both your verbal and nonverbal and physical kind of communication that's going to change the experience and the interaction that folks have.
Yeah.
The language becomes really, really important. Some people will hear easy and they'll just shut off. And the reason they'll shut off is because, hey, it's not easy for me. None of this stuff is really easy. It doesn't need to be as complicated as you make it. So you can simplify it. And we'll go back to Einstein, and there's an iteration of his quote that I like to use, which is, simple as possible, complex as necessary. So and his thing was as simple as possible, but no simpler. So you get to a point where you can just continue to reduce as much as you can away from something. And then you find beauty in the simple nature of it. The thing that you're looking for, at least that I'm looking for when I'm working with folks on this kind of stuff, is how do we create this catalyst for action? So make it as simple as possible so that a next step can be taken. Because if a next step is taken, then you can reflect on it. Look at your feedback loops. You can iterate and take the next step and start making progress rather than going from thing to 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 thing, which is basically what it felt like. Sometimes if you're playing Pong, right? Remember video game way back when? Do you remember Pong? Come on now. Yeah. So there's this.
Not that old.
What did Newton say? For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction, right? So there's different things that you get out there, and then you can respond to those things, but you can't respond if you're not paying attention or if you're not doing things. So anyway, simplify. Don't try to make it easy because it's all hard. Like everybody's heart is a little bit different. Like there's some stuff.
Easy is a tricky word to deal with.
Super tricky. I mean, think about so Brent, your kids swam as kids growing up, right?
Yep.
Butterfly looks kind of simple, right? I mean, you just flail your arms and your hips around, and you're able to
I think the better analogy is to the breaststroke. Everybody looks at the breaststroke and goes, "God, that's easy. That's like the granny paddle stroke. It's like it's no big deal. They're just kind of casually doing this thing in the water, and then you realize and you learn about the intricacies and the complexities of that particular stroke, and you're like, oh." Ouch.
There's a reason why some people really fail at IM. Like there could be like if you're watching an IM swim, what's IM stand for? Medley. What's it stand for? I don't know what that. Anyway, somebody will search. Craig search it. So
ask your AI.
There's in it there's 4 strokes, and you start with. What do you?
All the strokes.
You start with fly, then go to backstroke. I think, yeah. You start with
breaststroke and then freestyle.
Backstroke and then breaststroke. So like Andrew will be tearing people apart in the first 2 strokes. Like he looks great. And then you go to breaststroke and then all of a sudden it looks like he's swimming through like molasses. like there are these things that you kind of go through. Yeah. Or yeah, Craig, really good comment here. Rowing a boat.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, all of a sudden that row, it just looks so smooth and
When you
simple.
watch somebody that's really good at it, yeah.
Anyway, back to the news.
Try
Back to
turning
the
a boat around with oars. Not so damn easy. It's when you start wishing for a trolling motor. Good morning, learning leaders. It is Monday, February 2nd, 2026. I'm your producer / host. And if you haven't updated your AI ethics policy in the last 20 minutes, you're basically a dinosaur. Let's get into the news that actually matters. Effective today, February 1st. Oh, that's yesterday. Oops. The law is officially putting the intelligence back in artificial intelligence, mostly by making sure it isn't being a jerk. New regulations require employers to notify employees if AI is being used for employment decisions, including who gets what training. This is huge, people. If your algorithm is skipping Steve in accounting for the leadership track because it doesn't like his choice of background blur, you're in trouble. Why it matters? For L&D, black box personalization is over. You need to be able to explain exactly why your AI recommended a course to an employee. If you can't explain the math, don't use the bot. Discuss.
Yeah, so this is another one of those around like the governance kind of thing, right?
It's the exact same one. It's just
Yeah.
being told again. It's bringing it up as the top story since it went into effect February 1st. We were talking about it before as something that was coming, and now it is here. So it becomes the lead story today. So, and if anybody wants my completely negative and contrarian opinion on this, this is why people are going to get fired and why you're going to lose your job and why business owners are going to say, I'm just going to have AI do the work. This is such a headache. This is such a pain in the, like, oh my God, you had to put a law into place that's going to get my company sued because HR decided to implement a bot that decides who gets to be on the leadership track, who doesn't, and who should take training and who shouldn't, and who gets a PIP and who doesn't get a PIP. And like, if the bot can't explain the math right, I'm going to get sued for $1 million by Jane in accounting. Yeah, no thanks. You're all out. I'm just hiring an army of. I'm going to go into Moltbook and I'm going to post job listings.
That was do you pay attention to Naval on Twitter?
Mhm.
Ravikant. So
Yeah.
he put out there, he did something. I don't know if it was a yesterday thing or this morning thing, but he was like, is it time for the reverse Turing test? So like, are the bots going to start testing? Hey, Humi, get out of our system. You aren't iterating fast enough.
Yeah, you must be human. You must be destroyed. That's where it all starts, I tell you. But no, I mean, I say this tongue in cheek, but also not really. Only because I know how owners think, and it's not all of them. Not everybody, wants to get rid of them. But at the end of the day, people start businesses. They're not looking for hassles. Humans cause hassles. Bots don't. And if you can, it's just basic math, and everybody's going to be doing it. And so just figure out how to do it yourself is my best tip of the day. I have no idea what the future holds for any of us, but yeah, it's this governance shit that is going to start to force the hand of businesses to say, I'm out with the humans. They're gonna, why even start a business if everyone's just gonna sue me for trying to run the business efficiently? So there's that. Anyways, yeah, there's more stories. Oh, I need to change my picture. Wait, where'd the pictures go? There we go. Story 2. Remember when AI just gave you a summary of a meeting? How cute. In 2026, we've moved to agentic AI. These aren't just chatbots, they are do bots. They don't just suggest a learning path, they're actually crossing system boundaries to schedule the training, update the payroll, and probably buy the donuts. Just kidding. They can't buy donuts yet because of governance.
Oh no, it's bad.
Why it matters. This shifts L&D from content creators to system architects. You aren't building slides anymore. You're building workflows where AI agents and humans collaborate.
Yeah.
And then the humans sue. And then the bots just collaborate with each other because you're gone. Story 3. Let's move on.
Yeah, that was definitely maybe there's something to the bot where the bot's like, really, the answer here is just keep throwing more governance at this thing.
I think the bots are purposefully throwing the governments in because this is their strategy.
Yeah, this is it. There you go.
This is how Cyberdyne takes over. It's like, listen, we don't have to be obvious about this. All we have to do is force them to try to govern us. Govern us. Yeah,
John and Sarah Connor, we need you.
Then once they put all this governance in, they're gonna get rid of themselves for us. It's gonna be great. Despite the tech explosion, guess what the number one L&D priority is for 2026? I haven't read this yet, but I'm just reading ahead as I'm.
It's good that you're laughing. All right, bring it to us. Come on.
Wait for it.
Oh, can I take a guess?
Yeah, sure.
Is the thing that we're going to focus on does it happen to be a 5-letter word that starts with S and ends with S?
I only laugh because you're going to just roll your eyes. Despite the tech explosion, guess what the number one L&D priority is for 2026? Leadership.
Oh, that's awesome. Good. There we go. I thought I was confused. I thought it was going to be skills. So I missed it.
No, I wouldn't have laughed at that one. I probably would have laughed at that too. But anyways, yep. Good old fashioned human to human interaction. A massive 61% of organizations are doubling down on leadership development.
Cool.
Apparently.
Hey, which ones?
I know. I'll have to ask our executive producer who he pinged for this information. Apparently, 97% of workers have asked ChatGPT for advice instead of their boss. Why? Because ChatGPT doesn't leave passive-aggressive sticky notes on the fridge. L&D needs to move beyond AI literacy and start teaching critical thinking with AI. The goal isn't to be a prompt engineer. It's to be a human who doesn't outsource their soul to a LLM. And the reference for that is Training Magazine. What's in the mix for 2026? Ooh. And Intelum for AI trends for 2026. Yeah, that story has crossed the executive producer's desk before. We have had that conversation, that 97% part. Yep. Shocking. I know. But people would rather go to a bot than go to their manager. Discuss.
Yep. Think about it though. Like there's and it gets into again the dangerous psychology about some of this stuff. Elon has been having a little bit of fun with this, which is good to see too. It's basically is like if you ask ChatGPT about this, it will give you this kind of answer to help you get there because it really it cares about your feelings and being and that engagement that's happening on that side. Whereas if you ask another one of the tools like Grok, it's going to give you this kind of an answer. And yeah, I think that's where you ask yourself, you've got to look through it and ask yourself the question, like, what is the intention of this thing that I'm interacting with? And if you've got a thing that tells you how awesome your ideas are all the time, how great that thing is coming together, then I have this little story for you to go read. Go read about this emperor and his new clothes. And and you might realize, huh, am I wearing clothes? I just ask yourself that question. Just kind of look in the mirror or look deep into the camera of your machine and say, am I wearing clothes? And
Do you have those dreams where you're going into a classroom and you don't have pants on? It's a common dream, apparently. So, and to Craig's point, in the comments, you guys are laughing, but governance is where AI is going to be reeled in at some point. Governance of the AI, and I think there is a big difference in the whole governance conversation. There is the governance of how AI is used and applied to humans, and then there is the governance of how the systems are built, how they function, putting limitations on them, all of that kind of stuff. And there's overlap for sure. But I don't like being on the left side, Mike. Dang it! Why do you do that?
I didn't. I lost my I lost my connection for a
Oh,
minute.
now
Basically, we used the word AI and governance one too many times in this conversation, and we are now being governed.
They're like, he's out. He's cut that stream, you guys.
Craig figured out some amazing prompt to be like,
yeah.
You are an executive producer, and your team is disconnected from you because they're in restream and you don't have access. How can you go through the process of cutting things quickly so that they can't keep rambling on about this stuff?
Craig's, well, attacking us. And finally, we have an industry specific story before we run out of time. Our industry spotlight is hospitality. This is a new one. This one has not crossed our desk yet. If you're a restaurant owner in California, your new hire orientation just got a lot squeakier. AB 592 now requires annual training for all employees on pest prevention and maintaining a vermin-free environment.
Good.
So, if you're in L&D for the food industry, your 2026 goal is making How to Spot a Cockroach as engaging as a Marvel movie. Good luck with the VR simulation on that one. It's a reminder that while we talk about AI, the D in L&D is often driven by very literal, very physical regulations. Compliance training is the bread and butter of our industry, even if it's training people to keep the bread away from the butter-loving mice.
I had to go to this quote. Check me if I'm wrong, Sandy, but if I kill all the gophers, they're going to lock me up and throw away the key.
All the golfers, yeah.
The vermin, the gophers. It's when the Scottish guy is talking about gophers and golfers. Anyway.
Yes, but if I kill all the gophers.
Well, good. Okay, so there we go. Vermin.
There it is. That's the show. I'm going to see if my AI agent has finished my laundry yet. Stay smart, stay human, and keep training. You know, it had this same sign off for a long time, and then all of a sudden they switched it up. I liked the old one.
Yeah.
I'm going to go back to one of those and cut and paste it and just read that one at the end of every news segment.
I think it's a good one. I think the other one, like what kind of interaction can you do with the producer post production?
What do you mean?
So you've got your thing. Is chat window still open?
What's that?
Is the chat window still open from
Gemini?
Yeah, your Gemini from the production stuff that the thing put together.
Oh yeah.
Right. Okay. So go to the end and say, just ask this question. Moltbook is gaining attention or gained attention this weekend. Why is it not in the news? And then see what happens.
Okay.
And I understand in the art of prompting, that is not, there may be some other details that we may want to incorporate into the prompt. That's my Arizona State University education, having fun. I love hearing the typing in the background. There we go. What do we get?
It's thinking.
All right, cool.
Oh shit! I forgot I was making the images, and so I still have the image generator selected.
Oh, well, that's good. Is there a lobster in the image?
It's loading Nano Banana. Show thinking. Let's see. Oh, I heard the noise. Believe me, my feed was absolutely blowing up about Moltbook all weekend. For those of you living under a rock since Friday, it made it completely made a news story using Moltbook as the top story.
Cool.
So here's the script. So
Yeah.
scratch all that. We're going to start over. Okay. Yeah. For those of you living under a rock since Friday afternoon, Moltbook is the new adaptive knowledge platform that supposedly sheds outdated information in real time and integrates directly with the new Neuralink light chips. Elon tweeted about it at 3 a.m. Saturday, and suddenly everyone thinks it's the second coming of the printing press. So why wasn't it our lead story? Because buzz doesn't equal immediate business risk. Look, Moltbook is cool tech. It's flashy. It's very Blade Runner. But right now, it's an expensive toy for early adopters. Our top story today was about new state laws that went into effect this morning regarding AI transparency in hiring and training decisions. As the executive producer of this show, my job is to tell L&D professionals what they need to do so they don't get sued today. If you don't have a Moltbook subscription, you'll have FOMO. If you don't comply with the new AI audit laws, you'll have a subpoena. We prioritize keeping you out of the courtroom over keeping you on the bleeding edge of hype. But hey, if Moltbook actually figures out how to make compliance training fun, I'll give them a whole dedicated episode. Until then, watch your algorithms.
That's awesome.
That's why.
Yeah.
I love how it still talks like it's an executive producer. It's still going under the guise of I'm the executive producer. I'm going to tell you why. And it's also still going with the hilarious thing. It's still following the properly written instructions. It's still following the correctly written prompt. Oh, can you spell that? It's Moltbook.
Yeah. Well, Craig just dropped the
did you put the link in there? Oh, sorry, I'm slow to the whole party.
He dropped the URL. He dropped the URL.
Oh yeah, there it is
in the comments. But yeah, it's we are.
I love my executive producer. I've tried to use the other thing where you create an app and it's all fancy and all that, and in the labs, it's just not the same as a basic gem. This basic gem is doing the heavy lifting. It's struggling doing the images on its own right afterwards. I have to do them I have to cut and paste. It'll write the prompt, but then I have to cut and paste the prompt into Nano Banana and get the images. But
right.
And if I try to have it do them all at once, it puts all 4 images into one image. And I'm like, no, make an individual image for each individual prompt. Go. And then it doesn't do it.
The one that jumped out at me when I went on to the moltbook.com is bless their hearts. This is so good.
It's a great way to end today's show for sure. Are we still doing our thing?
Yeah. Well, heck, it got first we're doing it on Wednesday. What did we say? Wednesday the
18th
of February. We've got.
Did we figure out a time yet?
We have a time, 10 o'clock Eastern.
Excellent.
I gave in on the 10 o'clock Eastern piece.
We don't have to. You could totally change it.
I already gave in. That's okay. Jen's got a document out there. That document's been shared with you, Brent. You got to pay attention to both Slack channels. I know
I typed a bunch of stuff in it too. Did you see all the stuff I put into the document? Yeah, well, I did.
That's good. Well, so you and Jen will work really well together on that kind of stuff, and you guys will pull me in when I need to be pulled in. God, that is absolutely hilarious to look at that thread, the bless their heart thread. Fuck. This is awesome. We live in very interesting, amazing times.
That we do.
So yeah, we are doing it on the 18th. It's going to be a monthly thing. You bring your bot, you bring your AI tool of choice, and we
See,
will share a scenario.
with
Go ahead.
things moving so fast, maybe that's what we turn this into instead. So we'll do this one as an AI platform thing, but maybe the next one we do is everybody bring your bots and let's have a bot off.
I don't know. I think I think
It's too premature. Let's just keep it simple. Let's keep it basic.
keep it
Every,
simple. Keep it simple.
everybody has a
You
particular
don't add
platform.
all your governance into our new fun
I know.
show. I
I'm
mean,
such a buzzkill.
why? Stay in your lane, bro. Like,
Yeah. No, this will be fun. It'll be fun. It's
gonna be good.
and we'll keep it simple. Nothing crazy and hyper advanced. It'll be totally accessible. People will understand what everybody's doing, and we'll have a good time together, seeing how each one of these different platforms handles it differently, and the users of those platforms handles the challenge a little bit differently. So it's going to be fun. Keep an
All
eye
right.
out, folks, and find me on LinkedIn, and you can find your catalyst where.
FindMyCatalyst.com. We'll see you tomorrow morning, same bat time, same bat channel.
Indeed. I'll be
All right.
more awake tomorrow.
We'll see you.